Hello everybody, this is the Enigma, and today we're going to be getting every single achievement in Gang Beasts. This is a pretty quick completion, sitting at about 1 hour, or even less if you get used to the controls quickly. Starting off simple with Welcome to Beef City. Just go to costumes in the main menu, change anything about the costume you want, and save the changes. Make sure not to have any kind of backpack on though, it'll make a future achievement slightly harder. Before you start the first level, I'd recommend you max out the amount of lives. This limits the times you'll need to reload the level for certain achievements. Now, load up Buoy. We're climbing up to the top of the buoy in the center. If you hold RB or LB, you will grab on with your right or left hand. If you hold Y, you raise your hands in the air, and if you hold A while holding onto a surface, it'll lift you up. So, with all that in mind, hold Y to lift your arms, then RB to grab, hold A to rise, grab with LB, and let go of RB, hold A to rise, and repeat this until you're at the top. If you're having trouble getting over the ledge, double tap A when very near the top. It'll usually hop you up the rest of the way. From there, drop down and head to the edge of the ice and hold B to ragdoll forward. Grab on with only one of your hands, ideally on the side of the ice, but the top should be fine too. Then just hang out in the water for a bit. After that, hold A and bounce back out. Now we're moving to containers. First, for special delivery, you'll want to headbutt 2 of the cables until they break by pressing B. 4 headbutts each should do it, but before you headbutt the second one the last couple times, go ahead and hold Y to lift your hands, then grab up high on the cable. Then deliver the final blow and watch it fall. Then die to reload the level. For self-storage, walk up above the opening down below, hold B to ragdoll, and drape one of your hands over the edge. Then swing your body over the edge and straight in. Now for ground floor, it'll be the same as special delivery. Headbutt both cables, but grab up high before you do the last headbutt on the second cable. Bucket list is super easy. Once you spawn in, run straight to the orange chute and drop through it. This is the achievement I was talking about where you shouldn't have a backpack on. You can get stuck in the chute if you do. Now for Hang Tough. Once again, the same as the previous 2 where you break cables, but this one is a bit harder. You actually need to break all 4 of the cables manually. So you'll want to break the 2 closest to the screen, then turn around and grab the railing near the cable directly behind you. Break that cable and shimmy over to the left for the 4th one. Make sure you're high enough on the 4th one when you break it. This one is kind of intensive on your stamina, so it might take a couple tries. When I fall at the end of the clip, it's because my stamina ran out, so I only had a couple seconds to spare. For safety warning, you want to save yourself from the grinder trap. Just kind of throw yourself in there and then tap A to force yourself back out. Might take a couple tries, but this one is pretty reliable. And now, roast beef is the last achievement for saving yourself from a stage hazard. This one is by far the most finicky, so I'd recommend you jump in the pit from a couple angles and drop down to it as far as possible without dying, as well as hanging down there for as long as possible without your stamina giving out. Just keep at it and you'll have this one somewhere around 5 to 10 minutes or less if you're lucky.
Monkey.
I had a hell of a time with sit down. You need to jump out of the ring in a way that you clear the barricades and end up in the seats. I found the most consistent way is to do a jump straight into the corner, then while maintaining your momentum, jump towards the barricade at the very back right. Even if you do it exactly like me, your second jump won't always have the same momentum, so this one can take quite a few tries. Now for step down, you'll need to run all the way to the bottom of the stairs, but stop just short and turn around exactly where I do and start running back up. Any further and you won't make it back. Then, once you get to the top, hold Y, jump over the railing, and grab the ledge on the tower. You'll need to do all of that pretty quickly, so it may take a couple tries to get the coordination. Then, just pull yourself up to the top, and you've got it. Now, for in transit, keep on trucking, and long haul. For the first two, you just need to get into the back of the truck and then get back onto the roof. To get in, do the same thing we did in containers. Ragdoll over the edge, grab with one hand, and swing in. Then to get back out, I like using the door as an even surface to just climb right up, and ideally you can grab onto a door while it's fully closed, although that isn't necessary. From there, just alternate arms while holding A, then double tap A at the top to get up. If this one doesn't pop immediately, walk all the way to the front of the truck and then it should. After that, you just need to jump through 3 street signs in 1 life. Pretty straightforward there. All I'd recommend is that you start at the back of the truck and run towards the sign while jumping. Now for the combat achievements, shortwave, dropkick, and big head. For shortwave specifically, you'll want to play on roof in the waves game mode. Once you're in, run straight to the glass panels and just run around. Their pathfinding doesn't even recognize that the glass can break, so when it does, they just fall straight through. Easiest way to do this that I've seen. After that, go ahead and restart the waves. Now you want to knock someone out with a jump kick, which you do by jumping and holding X, as well as a knockout with a headbutt, which you do by jumping and holding B. The jump kick is easy enough to do in waves, but if you have too much trouble with the headbutt, load up a normal versus with an extra controller. It seems to work best when you get a pretty good running start, making sure your head makes contact with them first. Personally, my problem was that I didn't hold B long enough, so watch out for that too. Now, for the last achievement, you will need an extra controller. Just load up a game of football, score 1 point, and then wait out the clock. By the way, while we're on this extra controller talk, if you don't have an extra controller, you can actually use your keyboard as a second controller if you're playing this on the Xbox app on PC. You would need to buy a wireless adapter if you only have a wireless controller, but a $20 adapter is better than a $60 controller. Anyways, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this was helpful. If it was, consider liking and subscribing.